Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Chapter Talks with Pri, and this is me, G. So, we have two very exciting books to bring to you this week. And Pri, what book would you like to talk about today?
Okay, I'll assure you that it's interesting, but it's also creepy. It's Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. Okay, so what? You start questioning your morals for it's this one hell of a book. I really enjoyed how he plays with the idea of a very intensely unsettling topic and his amazing language. I think that's what he was trying to bring out. The premise is a pedophile trying to justify what he did to a girl. Or Lolita is the girl and he quote unquote fell in love with her, and the whole story is his justification, and the reader is being a jury. He addresses the reader as a jury. The one thing that I want to give credit for is the language. I've Of all the books I've read, the language and the intelligence and the wittiness in it is beyond this world, and I highly recommend reading it because I tell you it's an experience you won't get from another book.
A book with such a odd topic, to put it lightly, has it been banned before?
It has been banned a lot. So I first read this in 10th grade and I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is about a very bad person doing bad things. Okay, but I like how the language is very beautiful. So yeah, that's it. There isn't much thinking involved. And now that I read it, and every aesthetic sentence has such a creepy undertone. It's an experience, you guys. Yeah.
So I guess this is a book that needs to have like a proper age restriction more than banning, right?
It needs an age restriction because for a young child, it could be seen as they could see this as something normal.
And what would you say Nabokov is trying to do by writing such a book?
Vivid descriptions make me unsettling because to write that clearly and with that conviction, I just think did something like that happen to you, or have you thought about this like very intensely? So that makes me quite uneasy. So now, moving on to you, what do you want to talk about? Which book?
I actually wanted to talk about a novella by Henry James. I picked up this book called The Turn of the Screw. So I picked this up because there's a Netflix series that came out called The Haunting of Bly Manor, which is heavily inspired by the novella. And I really enjoyed watching the series, the spookiness of it, the eerie plotline, everything. So I was very interested to know where this came from. My goodness, what an adventure it was. It's a book that just draws you in right from the get-go. So the story is written from the perspective of a governess who has been asked to take care of two children who live in a manor way off in the countryside. Their parents passed away, so their uncle is now taking responsibility, and therefore he hires a governess to teach them and take care of them. And she goes there and finds that the circumstances surrounding the children are a little unsettling. So there are random occasions where she sees the children talking even though there's no one in the room, doors open and close in the middle of the night. There's a lot of occurrences, and it's all about how the governess tries to deal with it, tries to figure out what's going on, and the ending is something that no one will see coming. The story is narrated from the point of view of the governess, but it's told as a tale in front of many people. So it brings this whole spookiness in, and I read it in the middle of the night, so you can imagine how my reaction was afterwards. I could not sleep. It's a beautiful novella, though. Henry James, I had tried his book called The American, and I couldn't get into his writing style much. But with this, it was so beautifully executed. Each and every line stayed with me, gave me a description that was so vivid, it haunts me.
Would you suggest this as a Christmas book because, it's in a manner, it's far off, it's spooky?
Kind of, because it's told as a tale that happens during a Christmas time. It actually does work for a Christmas read. So if you guys are looking for a short, amazing horror read, well, then this is the one to go. So that's our two books of the week. Do let us know if you've read any of these, or if you've read other works by both of these well-acclaimed authors. And let us know in the comments if you liked it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon.